How do I know that mental health as a construct hates women? In addition to being a system originally founded by a man, aka Freud, finding women hysterical and blaming them for their trauma, mental health still does this today. And it does it specifically to women who are autistic, who, because they have chronic feelings of emptiness, not knowing themselves, persistent trauma, and difficulty with social cues, as opposed to seeing that for many of these women it's autism. Instead, I speak to women weekly who are consulting with me wanting to learn more about autism and ADHD, who at some point were labeled as having borderline personality disorder. Which to me is super problematic because once you have that label on your medical record, people don't want to work with you. They assume that you're manipulative, that you exaggerate things, that you'll sue them. And so you have this entire subset of women who are actually autistic, who were written off by the mental and medical health care establishment as problems, as difficult women who don't deserve treatment. Now, this is not to say that some women don't have borderline personality disorder. But what blows my mind is that there's not enough nuance to tell the difference between someone who uses their pain and trauma to manipulate others and someone whose pain and trauma and missing of social cues means they actually experience greater amounts of discrimination, greater amounts of victimization, and they're not making it up. It's real. So if there's one thing I can say of the system and the people who staff it, believe women. Start with the idea that it's systems that cause problems, not individuals. And that borderline personality disorder should be a last resort diagnosis after we've ruled out everything else. Because when you label someone with a personality disorder, granted borderline personality disorder of all of the personality disorders is the most treatable, which maybe means it's not a personality disorder, but persistent complex trauma. Given the stigma, it should be a last resort label, not a first. What's been your experience with being misdiagnosed as an autistic woman labeled with borderline personality disorder? I'd love to hear from you.